Hi guys, it's Modesty and welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 2 of my 25 days of Christmas. In yesterday's video, I will be doing my top 5s of a bunch of different things this week, Monday through Friday, and today I'm going to be doing eyeshadow palettes. Now, I chose eyeshadow palettes first because they are a really good gift idea. So, I mean, I know whenever I get an eyeshadow palette for Christmas, I'm like, yes! So I think they're a really good gift idea. Eyeshadow palettes are a really good value, especially for the makeup lover. They get to try different things. And they're kind of collector's item depending on what you get. So I thought I would start with my top 5 eyeshadow palettes. Now, knowing me, I can't pick just 5. So I decided to break everything up into 5 affordable / drugstores and 5 like more high-end, more luxury type pricing and everything like that. I'm starting out with the high-end ones just to kind of get them out of the way. I am wearing one of them today, and I think you're gonna recognize a few of these because, you know, I've used them a lot, I've talked about them a lot. They're clearly some of my favorites. So let me just go ahead and gather my left together. Okay, so the first one, I'm just going to jump out, get it out of the way, honestly, because I talked about it in yesterday's video, but this is the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals palette. You guys, seriously though, this is like, this takes the cake. This is so freaking incredible. This is like the one palette like you need in your life because you can do so many things with it. It has a mirror, it's travel friendly. Again, I'm just gonna breeze through this. If you guys are just tuning into my channel for the first time, I will have a link down below to my current favorites. But you get, you know, literally every texture you can think of. You get an amazing color story range. It's just phenomenal. She nailed every single formula. It's beautiful, and I think the price is right. It's $48, which for this quality, this palette, everything, you know, it lays nice and flat so you can easily do your makeup. It's just, she thought of everything and it's just phenomenal, and this has to be the first one I mentioned, and this is definitely one of those ones where I will be reaching for the rest of my life. So this is currently sold out. She will be restocking, I think, in January. I'm pretty sure. I will try to find the details and have it down below, but I did have to give this one a mention. I love everything about it. So this is probably my #1 more expensive out of my top 5. All right, next is going to be from Marc Jacobs. Now, this is actually 2 palettes. I'm more just referring to the formula because they do have a ton of different palettes. These are the Marc Jacobs Eye-Conic palettes. The 2 I have right here are going to be Editorial and Stiletto, which you're going to be seeing me use this one in a future video. But I definitely love the formula of these. I do like all the different options they have. This one's really pretty. This one's going to be really fun, I think, for like New Year's, especially this shade right here. Like, so pretty. I love the design of the palette. It's just, these are all done so well and they blend really well. They are a little powdery, but that's not a deal breaker for me. If it's a deal breaker for you, then it is. But I mean, they're not too powdery. They're not like Anastasia kind of powdery, but they are on the powdery side. But they are super pigmented and they blend really well. Like this black, just you can feel it when you put your finger in. It picks up. It's really pretty. So I do like these. Again, this one is going to be Stiletto, which is really pretty. I think this is one of their limited edition ones, but I think it's still available. And this is one of their ones that they will always have around. This is Editorial. You guys have probably seen me use this one before. If I can find a video, I will link it so that you guys can see, there's the gold, so that you guys can see it in action. Ooh, this black with like the gold flecks is so nice. Yeah, they're really pretty. They have like a different color story essentially for everybody. They have like the everyday one, they have the coconut line one, which that bronzer like everyone loves. They have a palette for that one, which is gonna be the next one I get. But they're good, solid eyeshadow palettes. They're really travel friendly because they are so small. And the way they designed the mirror is like, it's the same concept as like the rear view mirror, which is why it's shaped like this. So when you look at it, especially if you like your natural light, you'll kind of get that, oh, you know how like you look in rear view mirror, you're like, oh, my makeup looks terrible. Take this outside, look in this mirror, and you will know exactly what your makeup looks like. So I want to give these a mention. They are on the pricier side. They are Marc Jacobs, but get one in your life. They're really, really good, and I do love them a lot. So the next one is going to be the Carli Bybel by Anastasia Carli Bybel palette. This is the one I'm wearing on my eyes today. I did do a review of this one, which I link down below for you guys. It's beautiful. This is she chose a color story that is good for the holiday season. It's good for Valentine's Day. It's good for spring. It's good for fall. And it's just good with neutral colors. She nailed the color story in here. Like, she nailed it. I love the glitters in here. This one's really pretty. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. I'll show you guys because it's so unique. It's like a silver purple. Oh, I literally don't have another color in my collection like this one. That color is stunning. Libra is so pretty. I love. There's not a single color in here that I won't use. In fact, I think I've used every color in here. Yeah, I've used every color in here. It's just so pretty. Like, she did really good with purples. Purples are hard. She did a good job with the purples. And I would say out of all the Anastasia palettes, this one has the least amount of fallout in the pan. Really, really good job. This shade is everything. So then the next one is an Anastasia. I love Anastasia's palettes, okay? I just love them. The next one is probably a lot of people's favorites. It's been my favorite for a long time. It is the Modern Renaissance palette. This one, you guys, has been used and it's been abused and I can still keep on going. This is like the perfect fall palette. You have your cranberries, you have fall and winter, you have your cranberries, you have your berries, you have your neutrals, you have your light pinks, you have a gold, you have your warm browns, you have everything in this palette. And it is like my favorite color in this whole, surprise, surprise, my favorite color in the whole palette is gonna be Real Gar. Ugh, it's just so pretty. So pretty. The mattes in here are phenomenal. Red Ochre is a really pretty one. These are all so good. Ugh. Yes. Okay. Vermeer is really pretty as well. Just stunning, you guys. Absolutely stunning. I mean, I don't know a single person who didn't like this palette, to be honest. It's just, they did such a good job. The layout, I think the price point is really good for the Anastasia palettes. I think this one was like $42. Really good price point. I like that. I think palettes should be around the $35 to $48 range. So definitely a good price point. It was a good like starter palette for them when it comes to, you know, regular things. I know they had the Makeup by Mario one before that when they really just kind of dipped their toes into like eyeshadow palettes, but they really nailed it with this one. Last one you guys have also seen on my channel a lot. Look, you guys, these are my top 5. Right? So this one is going to be, this one is falling hard. This is the Sephora Pro Pigment Warm Palette, you guys. Like, literally, the lid is coming off. This palette has been all over the United States. Like, seriously, I swear. It was my favorite a while back. I use this on all my clients. I use it on myself. Like, this thing has been abused. It's just, it's the best bet. I did it, I think a year or two ago, a video on like just the best warm eyeshadow palette because there's so many on the market. This one was the top one. I'm going to find that video and link it for you guys. I literally went into detail. I broke it down by gram, by pigment, by color story, everything. I broke it down for you guys. So I will link that if you guys are curious about how I came for this to be the top eyeshadow palette in general with warm palettes. I would still say it still stands #1 for me for warm eyeshadow palettes when you consider everything. It's so good. I've used this so many times. I honestly should repurchase it because this is just ridiculous. But yeah, clearly I love this palette, you guys, because it's just been so abused. But this is definitely my 5th top 5 of the more high-end palettes. So let's dive into the more affordable ones. I love Juvias Place, you guys. Really good affordability with her palettes. She has so many different ones with all different color stories. So I like that I can get a massive variety with her. Do I want like super rainbow palette? She has a palette for that. Do I want gold? She has a palette for that. Do I want, you know, more tribal colors? She has everything, and she has one of the best colored eyeshadow formulas on the market. The Sugar Pill and her definitely kill it with like colors. Like Tootsie right here, you guys, is sick. It's so good. I really like this one. San, I think that's how you pronounce it. Like, this is like a greenish blue. Those are tricky. Like, my favorite shade in the Anastasia Subculture palette, this is literally a dupe for it, and the formula is like 20 times better. So this is definitely one I reach for when I want to play around with those types of shades, the more kind of edgy, underground type of vibe. This Curla orange is like, oh, I'm obsessed with this shade. It's incredible. Really, you can't go wrong with any of her palettes. There's one I just tried recently where like two of the colors I didn't like, but really in general, if you want just a good, strong pigment palette that is affordable and they're travel friendly and they have mirrors and everything. Wait, just a mirror? I lied, it doesn't have a mirror. But really good travel friendly size and everything. Then definitely go for Juvias Place. This is just my personal favorite out of all the ones she's come out with, just because I live for these two shades right here, which are really two difficult shades to formulate. So I had to throw this one in here. That color story might not be for everyone, but just more the formula. Go check out her palettes. She does a really good job with eyeshadow palettes, so want to mention those. Next, you guys have seen this quite a few times. This is the Profusion Mixed Metals palette. They released two. This was from their holiday collection, I think last year or the year before. This is definitely my favorite one. I've used this a ton. I actually just used it in a ultimate drugstore makeup look. Link below. It's just good. It has a mirror. The names of the shades are on the palette. It's really blendable. It's pigmented. I mean, it's not the most pigmented palette on the planet, but it's good for the price. These are really cheap, you guys. Profusion is really, really inexpensive. Like Wet n Wild range, maybe a little cheaper. Like it's super affordable. You can get Profusion at Target. You can also shop online. I've also gotten a lot of Profusion stuff in like Burlington Coat Factory, but I wouldn't go for those more. I think those are, you know, older stuff. I would go more like their website or go to Target where they have Profusion now, which really makes me happy because then I can go check it out in person. So here's just a few of the shades. They just blend really well. It's a really good, you know, sturdy palette, and I mean, it has everything. Names, good color story, good pigmentation, blends, good mirror. I mean, you can't beat it. And I really like the packaging. I think it's really, really neat. That one I think is $9.99, 10 bucks. Cheap. Okay. Next is BH Cosmetics Hangin' in Hawaii. I actually had originally got this palette because I was like, eh, Hawaii, that's funny. But it's actually, like, I literally didn't buy it because I was like, oh, I think this is gonna be good. I bought it because I was like, hey, it says Hawaii, I love Hawaii. Oh, you know, let's be a tourist. No, I'm totally kidding. This is really good. I actually have used this on so many clients. Actually, I'm gonna post a picture here of a client that I just did. I used this palette on her. It looked stunning. The shimmers in here are, look. You see that? Watch. The shimmers are out of this freaking world in this palette. They're so intense. You can get this at Ulta. Or off their what, like, look at that. Do you see that? Do you see that? Like, their shimmers are out of this, oh my gosh, this palette, you guys, is phenomenal. Out of all the BH Cosmetics palettes, this is definitely probably my favorite one. It's just, it's so good. Ooh, I haven't not used the shade Luau yet. Oh, pretty. Yes. Anyways, so this is definitely one that I highly recommend this. It's just really honestly good for every day. You have some light shimmers, you have some neutrals, you have some browns, a little bit of peaches for like the springtime. It's good. It's super good. Here is an up close of the color story, and these are super affordable as well. I think it was like $12.99, $14.99 right in there. All right, next is going to be so the number 4 is going to be the Morphe Jeffree Star palette, the collab palette they did, you guys. So Morphe, you know, they're a good solid brand. I think they've reached a point where you can consider them a good solid brand. They have decent eyeshadows. Are they the best eyeshadows? No, but Jeffree Star, on the other hand, is like a crazy person when it comes to formula. So I knew this would be good. So I will link my review video of it down below. But first off, this palette is massive. I love the more square palette than the super like large rectangle ones. And you have a really nice mirror in it. But you guys, this shade right here, dude, this like shade broke the freaking internet. I swear, it like broke the internet. It's the most intense, like, it's crazy, you guys. It's just such a good palette. It's the best collab palette that Morphe has come out with to date. At first it was a Jaclyn Hill one, but this one beats the Jaclyn Hill one by freaking leaps and bounds when it comes to formula. Now the color story in the Jaclyn Hill palette is phenomenal, but The formula of this one is literally the best formula that Morphe has come out with ever. And I know it's because Jeffree Star was behind it. So I knew this would be good. Say what you want about Jeffree Star, but he knows formula. He truly knows formula. It's good. It's good, you guys. It's real good. I think you can still get this one, so I recommend this one as a really good Christmas gift before it's gone. I don't know if it's gonna be permanent or not, but knowing Morphe, they always say it's limited edition when it's really not. We'll see, but definitely on the off chance, grab this one while you can. It's been out for a few months, but you never know what's gonna happen. So definitely pick this one up. This is probably a really good Christmas gift. Also getting like his like lip sets and everything, maybe like a little bundle. I need to give a little bit of a preface on this one. So you guys, I've already filmed a lot of my videos for this series where I pre-film them, you know, because that's a lot of videos to edit and film. So when you guys see this video, this palette in a video, I say, oh, I'm gonna give this one a go again. So keep in mind that I'm filming this after I filmed that one. But this palette, the NYX Swear By It palette, has reached my top 5 faves from the drugstore / affordable brands. Because I wanted to play with more shades in it, and I love it. It's a really good balance for price, shade range, the amount of colors that you get. It's a good solid palette. It truly is. The shimmers are good, the mattes are good, things blend well. Not the most pigmented thing in the world, but I'm talking for the price. It's really, really, really good. Like they're good. And really kind of what sold me on this palette are the greens. Greens are incredibly hard to formulate, especially ones that are more olive. Super hard, but this moss green shade, you guys, blends so well and it does not fall anywhere. It stays put. They really sold me on their kind of bluish, this row right here is really what sold me. Like warm colors, those are easy, shimmers are easy. But this row right here is so hard to formulate, but they did such a good job with it, is why I'm sold on this palette. Now this is definitely the more expensive palette out of all of the ones I've just showed you when it comes to the more affordable ones, but trust me, it is so worth it. I'm definitely making a lot of use of this for like drugstore tutorials and everything like that. I really don't see myself needing to buy any more drugstore palettes because this one's so good for drugstore tutorials. But yeah, I had to give this one a mention. And this is my 5th and final top 5 faves for the more affordable drugstore palette. So that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Those are my top 5s for drugstore and top 5 for more high-end. I will have all of them listed down below for you guys, as well as any corresponding videos that I have done reviews for or tutorials or anything like that. So if you guys want to see it in action before you get it for a friend, then you can see it in action. So that wraps up this video. I'm really excited for tomorrow's top 5s. I'm going to be talking to you guys about my top 5 drugstore and high-end holiday lip products, because hey, stocking stuffers, man, get those holiday lip products to your friends, family, moms, brothers, cousins, whatever. So stay tuned tomorrow for that one, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Mwah! Bye.